Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Data Anomaly Hunters SCAR, Season 1, Episode 1, Orientation Day. This is a brand new tabletop campaign being run with our SCAR system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. It is a system that we've been actively developing for 2 years now, and is available for public playtest via our Discord. This is a Digimon campaign, and we're going to go ahead and begin with introductions, beginning with Zerda.
Hello, I'm Zoda, technically Zoda Fox, though I have the Lycan Roxona posted. I've run a few different games on my own, and I'm excited to be officially being able to tell a story with all the wonderful people here.
Next up would be Arcus.
Hey, I'm Gimund. I'm playing Arcus, the Harrismon.
Also, before you all ask, I am aware that I forgot to update, well, I guess I haven't shown it, but I forgot to update the tip goal.
You're also still in the starting screen.
Well, yeah, that's because I forgot to update the tip goal.
Okay.
Also, Gimund, remember to say your element.
Yeah, you're typing.
Oh,
Typing.
Electric Basic.
Alright. And there's the screen. Hello everybody, I am Razim, and I am playing as Aether, the Labramon. Lord of Evil, God of Death, all that wonderful stuff. Great to be here again. Great to bring you all wonderful evilness and all that stuff. And I am Astral-Light type. Go ahead, Haboku.
Hello y'all, I am IDDoThings, or Ido if you prefer, and I'll be playing Haboku, the Lugamon, and also in the husk of a puppy. Hey, determined to protect everyone. Typing is necrotic fire. On to the next.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Drunk Dragonera. Of course, you already know me. I am going to be doing Jace the Shadow, Mythic type Gillimon, Blackened Gillimon X. And just because I know Zim's going to do it, you can also see me at twitch.tv/drunk_dragon_era, where we will be running this Saturday, yada blah. Okay. Please save me, Raharu.
Hello, everybody. I'm Raharu, and I'll be playing Kotora, the mythic fire type Gabumon. And onto you, Tal.
Hello, I'm Taldurius, and I shall be playing Riv, the this time mythic water type Vorvamon. So the reason why he's actually mythic water instead of mythic earth is that even though ice is a mineral, there was a feat update, and in that feat update there was an aura of cold.
Thumbs up.
Which means he's water this time because feet.
$10 chaos. Chests.
Can't blame us for that one.
I mean, would
Thank
it really
you
be a Riv
so
introduction without a
much.
ramble?
Thank you so much for that tip, Kenku. Oh, here we go.
Raharu 95 tipped $15. Tradition.
Kenku just had to beat us to the punch. That's what was going on there.
So yeah, we're gonna be sitting here for a little bit. Thank you, Raijin. Thank you, Raharu. Thank you, Gimund. Thank you, Kenku.
I mean,
Gimund
it's just
tipped $10. Time to introduce the tradition.
it really is interesting to me though that ice is a mineral, scientifically.
Well, technically, I'm not going to do this right now.
It is actually classified as a mineral.
I know. That's why I said I'm not going to do this right now, because I was going to explain why.
Oh, that is. Who did
that?
That's just cruel.
much
Who
is
did
that
it?
already? 25,
Who did it?
45, 50, 60, 70?
We're at 75.95 cents.
$74.
Raijin.
And reprise.
Thank you, Ido and Era, for those tips. That is the first 3 tiers of the tip goal completed. We are 5 cents short of tier 4.
Raijin!
Oh, I thought tier 4 was the $75.
Nope.
Somebody
Well, it
please
is.
add tax at least, just to make it even.
Oh, I thought tier 4 was gonna be 75%.
Yeah, so welcome to the Thursday night game where the rules don't matter and most of the party pays off the tip goal.
There we go.
All right, there we go. We have achieved balance.
And Raharu, thank you for that additional tip. That is the tip goal fully completed. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
everybody.
Welcome to tradition.
Yeah, they
So
all
is it-
decided to start doing this.
And we never stop.
Can't stop the beat.
No, not a new record. The previous record was when we were still doing introductions.
Didn't we hit over $100 that particular session?
I think so.
Like we hit like 200 in like a minute.
Yeah.
But is this a new record for closest, to completion in sense-wise?
Yes, that was a new record on that front. Without actually completing. But otherwise, I think Arrow was going to play a song.
I figured you'd like want me to do like a big intro or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely, go for it.
You don't want fanciness. You don't want Jace on stage.
Oh well, if you're waiting to be on stage, I guess that's up to Zerda then.
You want to be on stage in the
I am standing here with the stage mic in my mouth.
In the actual.
In your mouth?
Yes, in. Oh.
Okay. I'll say that you are currently in one of the cities. You're not currently. You are in the city in one of the inns, and they do have an open mic night for that inn.
All right, fine. I mean, if you're gonna really put me on the spot, guys, I can do one song, but don't expect this all the time, okay? So, y'all like this song for some reason. I wrote this as a joke. Something to entertain my kid on the road, but y'all really like this. Somebody explain that to me, huh? Anybody out there? No? Silence on stage?
Oh, just get on with it!
Fine. Flo is my friend. It's the only one that knows or holds me when I'm down. Flo is my friend. It's the only one that knows my every fear. Flo is always there. Prevent knows my every lie. Tear I've shed. Oh, I'm already screwed up my own ears.
You know, if you need the lyrics, I did listen to this slowly, and they're on the video on YouTube.
Oh, jeez. Why'd you put it up on DigiTube? Flo is my friend, and I live here now, and I live here now, and I. Lets me fade away, I fade away again. Lets me find my core and hit my final. Flow is all I need. It's the only one that really seems to see. Flow is all I have to keep me from the deepest, darkest voids. Flow is always there, preventing me from slipping away. Flow is my friend, and I live here now, and I live here now, and I lets me fade away. I fade away again. Lets me find my core and hit my final zen. It holds me up before I slip away from them. It holds me up, don't let me down, don't let me down, don't let me down. I love you now, don't let me down, don't let me down, don't let me down. I live you now, don't let me down, Flo Coon. Flo Coon, don't let me down. Flo Coon, don't let me. Flo is my friend, and I live here now. That's all you get. I'm done. I'm getting off the stage before my kid tackles me.
Asher is just going to discreetly put away his valve dock. Yeah, that's definitely going up on DizzyTube.
How dare.
You will see you'll see in the crowd there is several of the Digimon that seem to enjoy it enough. They seem to have a generous enough applause to it. A few of them kind of, yeah, a few of them end up saying that encore for a few of them, or is there more to be had?
I don't do encores, but I might sing again in the future. We'll see. Sometimes payment's required, people. Come on.
You see them few going back to the drinks, a few of them kind of looking your way, kind of looking at your guitar, kind of commenting about the shape of the guitar, and they seem to be really impressed with both the guitar as well as the singing. Okay, and now after that, everyone is going to, and also there would probably be a few other, depending on who else, who would probably be at a inn, or else who would be drinking tonight in a inn.
Asher would be ordering a nice hard cider.
Yeah, and you'll see you'll see coming out to you a Patamon with several different trays along their back as they kind of float around the bar, providing several drinks, allowing them to not have to worry about the floor state, as a few of the drinks have had their spills here and there. But for the most part, the Patamon seems to find its way around pretty easily, as it has its own expertise in the matter. And you'll see as it kind of drops at your table, you'll see its kind of ears/wings kind of take one of the glasses off the top and place it down on a coaster, with only half the drinks being on coasters. You kind of see them put a new coaster down and then put that glass on top of it. You all have several people have came to the city. So just to give a context, right now the group is in Kinzo, the Golden Metropolis. For right now, it is not known for gold due to the gold lining the streets, but actually due to the commerce and trade. The city itself has found itself in the center of a large amount of digi-gatherings due to it being a safe haven. The group themselves have actually all applied for the Data Anomaly Hunters, which is the group that's currently trying to fight. Just to give a little premise of the game, there is a glitch that has been causing a lot of trouble in the past 6 months, and for various means and biomes, it seems to spread almost everywhere it goes. Almost everyone has seen or heard of by now at least some instance of this, as once was a rumor, now a prominent figure within the ecosphere of the Digi world. The main city, the Kinzo, which is the metropolis city, has become a almost safe haven due to the fact that it is in the center of a wider plains kind of biome along with everyone else around it. So it's been a really good hub for people essentially trying to escape and live a normal life. However, not everyone has found a normal life, as the glitch itself has caused certain people to lose limbs, some people to lose features about them, some people to be targeted, and others to just have it almost off color to their scales or fur. Though the glitch is a definite threat by this point, as it has touched most of the players in some, or most of the player characters in some way, and so they have all decided to try to apply for the Data Anomaly Hunters, a group that specializes in taking out the glitch as run by the Garurumon that leads the city. It is the guardian of the city. The time the players find themselves today is they are in a meeting hall type room with a kind of stage up front. It looks, it's kind of like a more of a once business, now seems to be converted into a more combat focused or almost orientation barracks style of hall. There is the Werugurumon themselves up on stage, and they are introducing themselves to the player characters as they're kind of giving a debriefing of this situation that's been happening around. They name themselves Kino Sume, also known as the Golden Claws. They look out to the group and see all the new potential people to join. It is orientation day, and several Digimon, including the player characters, have essentially came here to see if they can be part of a team to help put an end to the glitch that has been running amok throughout the different biomes. Essentially, a lot of the people have been touched by the glitch in some way, either losing someone or something close to them, and therefore they are fighting on the end of the means to destroy this and put an end to it and get the data back that was lost. So they have to find where the data has gone. After a little brief orientation of him mentioning about the glitch in the various areas that are affected, he mentions that everyone is going to have to go through at least a brief combat assessment just so they can properly align people with where their groups are going to be held and how the groups are going to be formed, as they want an even team to go out and investigate these groups. The time has passed a little bit after the orientation, and all of the Digimon that are trying to apply for the Data Anomaly Hunters, or the DAH for short, have found themselves in a almost large gymnasium type room. There is a large open room, training room full of equipment. Various Digimon of different kinds are training in one way or another, either target practice by air, land, or sea, or aquatics seem to be underway. Several machines are meant to test their strength, agility, or are dispersed into organized sections. There is the group which is going to be the ones where the player characters are at. There's about 20 of them, but each one of them are going to get a chance to show what they're best at in the field. So in this terms, it would be, we can try either doing it in order of the top, or we can do it in more of an initiative order, whichever you guys would prefer.
I'm fine with
If-
either, really.
Yeah, I'm fine with either.
I'm fine with either,
Okay.
but probably
just
not
for-
first.
Well, let's do a bit of a randomness. Let's get a initiation roll or initiative roll just to go ahead and check to see who exactly is going to go up to test their fields. I gotta figure out how to initiate a turn order. There we go. Let's see, we got
Raharu, I'm sorry. 4, 10, 11, 11, 14, 10. Wow, you guys.
Riv actually has reliable initiative, so he actually got 21.
Ah,
If that's the case, that would put you up first then. You hear as the Werugurumon seems to, or now known as Kino, seems to be watching over several groups. Up to you becomes a different one. the Gatomon, which seems to be decked out in a beautifully purple tail ring, comes up to you holding some sort of digipad. They introduce themselves as Kiga. They are a direct assistant to Kino, the Werugumon, and they come up to you and they say, hello, are you? And they kind of see them scrolling through. You look to be River.
Okay, so my full name is Rivermere, but just call me Riv. I don't actually use the last half of it.
You see her kind of like scrolling and like she'll take an extra tab, and then she'll like hold it close to her chest. So, what kind of skills do you specialize in? We have several different ways. We want people to put their best claw forward. Which one of these tests seem best suited for you? And she'll show you the agility, strength, course. She'll show you the target practice.
All right. Well, the first thing he's actually going to do is see if he can recognize this digipad as either a commercial or custom model.
Okay.
Would you like
go ahead. Yeah.
Praise, tech, what do you...
Give me a technology. Give me a mind technology check.
Oof, only one.
As she after she held it close to her chest, you see that you weren't really able to get a good idea of the screen. As you all looking around though, give me a perception check. Not perception. Yeah, perception check.
Nope.
Okay. As you begin to trying to investigate the pad, you see her. Oh, and you kind of see her hold out again. Oh yeah, I forgot. What is your? And she kind of looks. Let's see. We do have several things available. What do you specialize in?
Well, has he actually determined if it's commercial or custom, or is he unable to tell?
With that, you were unable to tell. You can tell that it looks more standard. It doesn't look like it was something custom built as much, but you're not really able to tell any specific model or anything with that.
All right. In that case, what were the trial offer things? Because I know there was the strength one. I know there was an accuracy one.
You have the options of a strength, agility, or speed, just straight speed test, as well as a target practice area for both land, sea, and air.
All right. In that case, he's gonna opt for the target practice.
Okay, as you step up to the target practice, you see several others. Some of them are flying type, others were going to be some land, but trying to have some sort of ranged attack. They do offer up, you see the Gatomon go over to the side, and you see them punch in a few things on their digipad, and after that you'll see a few different targets pop up. For the best of 3, go and give me 3 attack rolls if you're choosing and see what it looks like.
All right. He's going to use an ice spear. This is going to be water type in terms of element.
Mhm.
And so he will have stab on this, so he's looking for 6s. As I roll a bunch of 5s.
Oh,
But I offer you a 5 in this trying
Wow.
time.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to see what the rest of this is like beforehand, but... All right.
You got 3 successes plus a 5.
Another
All right.
5.
Chat, can we get some 5s in chat, please?
Can I get some 5s in chat? All right. You know what? I am a stubborn man. This is the first thing, or at least the first actual thing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna vigor overcharge that first one to make it a 4. So it actually goes 4-3-2 in terms of thing. I'm using a vigor. I don't care. There are 3 5s there. I require.
Okay, at first you seemed a little bit. At first, the targets kind of moved a little bit faster than you were initially expecting. But after it takes a second of you calculating where they were in the space, you were able to hit the majority of the targets, almost every single one. There was even one that was kind of hidden that kind of showed up at the last second, and you were able to get that one in turn. You see the Garumon's eyes. They are very calculated, but you do see a sense of excitement with it, just seeing how accurately you were able to do it all. They go up to you and be like, "Oh wow, you're able to hit stuff out of the air like it's on land even. Oh, I can't wait to see what you can do. I'm going to give you 4 marks for this." And you see her as she's kind of clawing away at the tablet.
Yeah, actually,
And they
I'm mainly a researcher, but I did kind of learn how to take care of myself, so.
"Oh, you're a researcher. Oh, I'm sorry. We should have." And she directs you over. "We had a researcher, test over there in the corner, but no one ever really bothers with technology these days. But your skills at range are very impressive." And she gives you a reassuring smile. And then
He's gonna give a little shrug and go, "Okay, it just means I get to take more tests. Tests are interesting, anyways."
If you'd like to, you can go ahead and take the test. It won't be for anything, but if you want to get used with our system, I'd be happy to have you take a look at our system. We all run the same operating system here, so I might give you a chance to look at it while I get the others in line.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to, because I made my own custom thing, so I'm probably gonna have to figure out how to interface it anyways. So I'll just work on that while everyone else is doing things.
You kind of see as they redirect you over there, there's just like a singular like drink over there. It hasn't really been touched. The screen is just really, looks like no one's really been logging in a while. Most people just don't seem to be interested in fighting using technology, but you find your way in it pretty well.
Alright.
As for August, you see her, she comes up. I think there is a Harrismon by the name of Arcus. And she kind of looks around, looking for you, Arcus, before eventually landing your eyes. There you go. If you could please state your name and what you would like to be tested on today.
I'm Arcus and exploring.
Exploring. You might find yourself very favorable in the agility course. Anyone exploring has to find a way all around every kind of crevice of the world.
Okay, where is
But
it?
you can. As she points over, you'll see in the corner there is there's several different. There's a corner over there with agility based things. You can see like a rope ladder, some almost Indiana Jones style, walking away. What do you call it? You see various things, including a rope challenge, a way to get across. There is a large pole just to show how fast you can essentially climb, and there's also a rock wall that is up against the wall as well.
And he's already racing towards it. Towards that area.
Okay, go and give me 3 body expertise acrobatic rolls.
Oh no.
This is why there's 3 of them.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh dear goodness, really?
I'm gonna use my soul. I'm gonna use the soul on that the second one. Okay, it's at least 1.
You have 1 success.
Hey!
There we
There's your
go.
makeup.
And then just get 2 more going.
That's a 5.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, which of these obstacles would you say you're best at? Climbing, swinging, or shimmying, if you will.
I would say the shimmying. The swinging, I would say that's the worst one.
I will say, as you try to start the agility course, you start off with the rope, as after quickly realizing your claws weren't able to properly dig into the rope, You fall down softly into the foam pit down below. After kind of crawling out of that, you end up reaching a rock wall. And the rock wall provides you a little bit of trouble, but after a little bit of trouble, you're able to get up there with a little bit of extra time on the end. And then lastly, there is a pole, which is supposed to be a pole that is straight up all the way to the ceiling with a bell on top. After kind of shimming your way up to the rock wall, you just expertly climb up this pole. You're able to get up in such a matter of time that the time lost from the others are actually almost overridden with the ability to essentially climb this straight pole that has been placed here, and you're able to ring the bell with a pretty decent time. As you see the Garomon quickly marking down some different things, she notes that you are agility based and gave you. She mentions that looks like you have a little bit of trouble to start, but I think you can definitely have much room of improvement. But I think you have a really good start to as a base, and she'll I definitely give you some good marks here and here. And then she'll ask you to please sit down while the others are testing.
He'll not be sitting down necessarily. He'll just move around a little bit, but stay within that area.
Okay, and we have a Haboku as she kind of looks around. Are you wearing your cape at the moment, Haboku?
That he is.
She kind of looks around. She doesn't really. She's trying to recognize the features of the crowd, trying to spot you specifically. But the clouds, or the code is making it a little bit harder to find you specifically as she's kind of looking around a bit. Haboku?
Beneath his hood, his ears will perk up slightly. Hey, oh, that's me. Hey, as he energetically walks up to her.
You see her tail almost kind of doing a very kind of swift, fast motions, a little bit kind of almost like a little bit of a whip behind her. She's kind of almost wagging in a sense as she sees you approach. Perfect, Haboku. What kind of test would you like to perform for us today?
What it involves? What kind of test would involve in protecting others?
Gigailas, well, you could always try being one of the target practices and see how well you can take a hit, she says jokingly to you.
That may have been a mistake. He looks like he's actually considering that.
How about and she's like looking over at the other Digimon, like completely blasting targets apart with like various breaths and attacks. How about a sparring match? Would any of you like to try sparring with them? I can give you extra credit if you're willing to spar with them. Kind of looks around the group.
Excitedly. Come on, hun.
Don't worry, we have medical staff very on file. It's just a little bit of a sparring, but she kind of looks over the group.
Asher's in this group?
Yes.
Asher's going to raise a paw.
Perfect. I think you were, and she kind of flips through. Is this Asher, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Would you like to try sparring with Haboku? If you'd like to, I can count it as training for both of you. Teamwork's very important here.
Certainly.
Perfect. And she'll redirect you to a open mat. You can see the mat is mostly used for stretching as well as kind of doing any kind of prep work before. But after she kind of see her moving her claw a little bit as she moves some people away. Perfect. This mat should be perfectly fine. Any kind of cushion landing you need. And then I think this is gonna be that. Asher, why don't you give them the first hit?
Oh, so I'm attacking them first?
Certainly, they want to see how kind of tough they are, or a little bit of resistance, so we can see how well they can take a hit.
Yeah. Oh.
Come on, don't hold back.
Okay. He will take position. And defrag, refrag. Oh.
Oh boy.
There's the dice.
I think that
decided to
hits
show
for
up.
accuracy, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me double check something.
It might crit.
That
That
is-
crit?
That might be a
One,
crit.
2, 3, 4,
That is
5,
4,
6, 7.
5.
So yeah,
six.
that's critting at our level. Like,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Well, he did want to test it.
See if
I'm
that.
go-
Let's see if that. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, he's gonna go for the full thing then.
Yeah.
Jace was so tempted to say, "Don't break this one's leg," but I muted myself instead of saying it.
Jay. Yes. Jace, you are indeed watching all of this. Asher has self-volunteered to test their abilities on the Haboku.
That is a lot.
I will see where those
about-
10s go, but I might be using willpower already.
There's another one in there.
And another one.
Okay,
So
yeah,
is
I'm
that-
using, God, that's a lot of ones.
Yeah.
well, that's like what 4?
Still
if they're
3.
not weak to it.
Yeah, still 3 successes. You could vigor push and push it down to just 4.
Well,
if you
what
want.
type is this?
This is astral type.
Is Haboku? What's
He
this?
resists that, actually.
All right, so 8s. So if you vigor
still
push,
3. Vigor push.
well,
does
actually,
not
it's
help.
4 because of the 9 at the end.
Okay. And that does. Let's see how much damage that does to you.
4.
Before applying integrity.
That is before integrity.
That's what I'm
Physical or
double-checking.
special.
Special.
Okay. He takes 1 damage.
3, nice.
Okay, as you let this out
Still
ability,
want to
Haboku,
use the willpower on it, but fine.
you can if you'd like.
No. I'll let him survive this one.
Everybody
as
gets
you-
1.
I was about to say
Yes.
everyone gets 1.
Same
You
brain
can
cell.
see.
Yep.
You can see both like the attack coming out is very, very like you could tell the strength behind the attack and also the pinpoint accuracy of it. Though Haboku does manage to keep most of themselves firmly planted in place, and you can see that even though anyone watching could tell that was a very expertly placed attack, they do end up being able to at least, either through natural resistance or through their tanky-like ability they were mentioning, they are able to withstand the hit, though all feeling a little bit kind of hurt by that. As you can see, it kind of blew away a little bit of the cape, but the cape rested itself back on them properly, and they do find themselves just a little bit hurt from that. But the Gatomon is very pleased with both of you, as you kind of see her as she's trying to manage essentially two different people at the same time, as she's trying to judge both at the same time.
Asher took more damage from that than he did.
That's
Oh.
pretty funny, not gonna lie.
You, oof.
Amazing.
I didn't have enough XP for the full dynamic, so, you know.
You'll get there.
Haboku is just standing inked tall and proud that he took a hit.
Notice, as you kind of see her come up. Okay, well, I can see that one of you is very, and she kind of points to you, Asher. Very, very nice form. That was an extremely nice form. As she kind of looks you over, kind of watching you up and down, as almost in an analytic way. I think that's not a testament of your strength, but Haboku, you have quite the fortitude. I am very impressed with that. Both of you very impressive, and high marks for both.
Hey, all right. Now I want to hit something. And he's already taking off to see if he can find a training dummy or anything.
Yes, we do have, and she kind of points over to a corner where you see various stuffed Digimon, almost like kind of like training dummies for Digimon. Okay, and let's see. Next on the list, I have actually no, a Jace. Jace there.
Yeah, it's me. Raises a hand.
Perfect. And she kind of almost springs over to you. Your name is, I see, Jace, and it's what kind of way would you like to perform today?
I'm a survivalist and a frontline tactician and assassin.
He's very
Making
good
sure
at
that-
playing guitar.
Yeah, I don't think that helps, buddy. Thank you.
You kind of see her almost kind of give a small chuckle. Well, morale is very important when it comes to any kind of team. The heart of the party is always one that can put a smile on anyone's face. And music has always been one that delights most people here.
Yeah, my music's totally positive and not about war and death and punk stuff. But if you're looking for skill, the stabby is probably the best thing that I can do.
Let's see. If you do want survivalists, if you're really good at identifying, we do have several things, and we have a lot of different herbs and the like that have been poured in from the various biomes around. If you'd like to, you can try giving a chance of identifying if the smarts part of survivalists is your key.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Perfect. And she'll take you over. She'll take you over to what is essentially the med bay. And you see various Digimon that have a little bit being up from the various training assessments with each other. And you see a few healing Digimon that seem to be working and pounding into different herbs within a mortar. Go ahead and give me a survivalist check or a mind survivalist check to see how well you identify the herbs.
All right. This does my specialty apply here for my survivalist book when I whip it out? Or not my specialty,
Yes.
my item.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I've got a specialty for medic. Maybe I don't take as much damage.
Wow, ouch.
Nope.
That's
Without
the
using
three.
willpower, I think I'm going to use willpower.
It is best of
Y'all
three.
are just yeah. Y'all are not rolling very hot tonight.
It
There you
happens.
go.
It do
Okay.
be like that sometimes.
And then give me one last roll.
Yep, and I got to roll one more time because I'm going to be using a willpower in that first one. So we
Okay.
got a 2, a 2. Ooh, this 10's going somewhere. That did not go in there, did it? Did not. Oh,
Hey.
Do it again.
Nice.
2, 4,
Okay.
6.
Okay, and with that precision, you are able to see not only pointing out, not even only be able to just name the various herbs that they have been using to heal others. You also identify a few anesthetics as well as a poison or two. Though not really implemented in the medicine, you would know that the poison itself sometimes can be used as a antidote for when finding out various poisoning effects. And you're even able to show even have almost a conversation with some of them about the herbs they're using, and they seem to actually learn a new thing about some of the things they've been using. As you've experienced these in the wild more than once, needing to heal both yourself and possibly Asher as well, you find a very almost comfort with the knowledge that you've gained through your travels.
Looks back and forth, make sure Asher isn't looking, leans over. By the way, if you grind this up and stick this in somebody's nose, they're going to sneeze for like 3 hours straight and they cannot stop. If you really hate somebody, just letting you know, do not let my son know this, please. Walks away promptly.
Okay, and
I'd like to
she,
roll
you
perception.
See... Go ahead. See how well your ears pick up at the sound.
Oh,
apparently my first roll was really good, and now the rest is just garbage.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I will say you will be able to see Jace talking over with the medics. It gives you kind of you kind of give a curious look over to the medic table, seeing them almost kind of talk about the various plans. You're only able to hear up what they are saying, but you're able to at least understand that they seem to be doing really well, as the faces of the people they're talking to seem to be smiling and nodding along. And that leaves, and you'll see, also I will say, the Godamon does end up marking a few different things on the pad, as she says, 4 marks and a bonus too. Oh, and I almost forgot. And she goes over to you, Asher. Here, and she'll give you a drink of the, or she'll give you a bottle of the almond water to kind of help with the testing, since you did promise to test, and there was that bonus for that.
Okay, I'm
Can I
confused.
give you a
Where
sports?
did the almond water come from?
Since you volunteered to help spar with Haboku, she's giving you a single bottle of almond water for your troubles to help you heal up.
Ah.
Is this just going to become an actual thing now? Almond water?
I wasn't
This is a
planning.
thing.
Well, no, that was just a one-off thing.
Oh no!
It was a one-off thing, but now it's a
Is
thing.
this just a thing now?
It's a thing now. I think it's a thing now.
Oh no! Yes, it is. It gives you a bottle of almond water.
What the?
I was. She does give you. It seems a very crisp, clean bottle with a logo of a golden claw that seems to be reaching out at the bottle and then holding it firmly. And
So are you
lastly,
actually going with almond water on this?
Yes. Yes.
Stealing my idea. Fine.
Welcome to meme land. Hey, I
He
have
is
some
not
of that
drinking
stuff.
it.
I could make it soy milk if you'd like.
But almond milk is better.
You can label it as almond or soy milk, depending on whether you would like it to be that or that. As for our last
I will
one,
label it as Soylent Green.
Soylent.
that is perfectly good. Kotora. So you kind of feel looking out. Kotora, is that it? You kind of see a lot of the Digimon have already made their way to their own barracks. Mostly the meeting hall. You haven't been assigned a barrack room yet. So there's not really too many as you see Godamon eagerly come up to you, Kotora. I think this looks like the profile. Are you Kotora?
One moment.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're good. You see her kind of, as she's kind of dancing around, you see her... What?
Okay, that is a budge. That is a roll for Kotora trying to hide himself.
Yeah, that is.
That is securely a box. You are hiding by going to the highest hill that there is and standing atop of it and shouting, "I'm hidden."
You would see her keen perception is enough to pick you out as she kind of looks around and noticing there's not really too many places to hide at this point. A lot of the Digimon have already left the meeting room. There's only like maybe 5 to 10 Digimon left to test as you're kind of looking around. And so she just, with her keen perception, she's able to pick you out almost instantly.
I know what happened. Kotora was trying to hide behind somebody, but he hid behind somebody that's smaller than him.
That sounds like Kotora.
You see a small Gatomon looking up at you with a little data pad in their hand.
Yes, I'm Kotora.
Hello, perfect. And you see her she moves her little claw up and down the data pad, picking a certain character. What would you like to show off today?
I'm a bit of a survivalist, and I'm also a cook.
Cook, huh?
And I can also punch things.
Oh, perfect. That's much easier to handle, and she'll redirect you over. How about you give, and she'll kind of look, would you like land, air, or the water targets.
Land.
Land it is. And she'll punch in a few data as you see a few stuffed Digimon that seem to kind of prop up. Very, very, very mean looking faces on them. A few of them kind of have like a growl sound effect whenever they come up. Go ahead and give me 3 attacks.
Okay. Instead of an actual move, I'm just going to do a brawl check.
Yeah.
Well, that's
That's
not a budget. That's
3?
0. No, that's
Dice.
0. That's 0.
Dice. Excuse me, Dice.
Oh,
Excuse me, Dice.
Best of 3.
God. Okay, one more time. Okay, that's better.
Hey.
That is much better.
So, chat, can I get some 5s
Dang
in
it.
chat, please?
You do have soul.
Yeah, I'll solve that last one. Oh, that was almost another 10.
Okay, a few of them, you kind of come up. The initial ones that pop up kind of startle you, especially with their suddenness, and like the ones just come like immediately up from the ground and start growling at you, and it kind of causes you to be a little bit off guard. After kind of realizing and resensing yourself, you finally are able to get a grasp, and you start doing a few 1-2 punches. Not really doing best at the beginning, but able to take out most of the ending targets, though the beginning is still something that they will end up kind of marking down. But as you're able to punch through at the end, she looks a little bit happier as she begins to kind of tap away at her pad. She like kind of after you do your attempts, she says, "Okay, well, like I said, you did say you were really good at cooking, right? I'm sure, like I said,
not.
yeah, we do have someone that specializes in cooking. I'm sure they'd be happy to show you a thing. Cooking and eating is just as important as anything in the field. Eating is a big part of everything. So I'm sure you'll be a great asset to your team." And she gives you a really reassuring smile.
Kotora just mouths back, not realizing that he's being insulted. Oh, that actually sounds lovely.
Well, make sure to package a few extra ingredients with your pack to help you spice up your flavor of it a little bit.
Kotora nods.
And with that concluded, you will all end up one way or another making your way to the meeting room. It is closer to the end of the day. You see Kino themselves come up on stage as they say, "You all have been proud to be here, and I am proud to have you here. The city, this whole world has been torn apart by this glitch. I'm happy to have you all part of here. We're going to find a way to put all of you into the proper teams." And he starts to give a long-winded speech about teamwork and the importance of a pack. Not realizing most of you probably don't familiarize yourself with pack dynamics, but he seems to be very keen on them. Eventually landing on, you will form your team today, and hopefully through us and what we do here, we can give help and hope to both this city as well as this realm. Go forth and find yourself in good company, good friends, and let's see what we can do about this awful plague upon our land. And he'll leave the stage with you kind of see him as he leaves the stage with a very triumphant pose as the Gatomon comes up, obviously having to move the microphone very, very much lower. It takes her a second to move the microphone almost to ground level. And she says, "Okay, I'm going to announce your rooms, everyone. You're free to head there, but you're also free to have some food in the cafeteria after a rough training session. You'll get your rooms, and then you can head there whenever you please." And she'll say, "Everyone will be dismissed, and I will come up to each one of you and redirect you to where you should be staying for the night. You'll be given," and she'll kind of, you see her pull out her provision, her data pad. "You'll all be given a set of provisions for travel anywhere you go, as well as a day to prepare for your next journey. I want to make sure that everyone's skills shine, so we've put you in a group that we think would be best fit for you all. And after doing a few more things, good luck on your journey, and I do wish you the best at all of it." and she'll give like a little bow to everyone, and then she'll run off the stage. Meanwhile, you guys are free to head to the cafeteria. And in the meantime, give me one more initiative check for everyone.
Okay.
Are you wanting a skill check or combat or?
Oh, just pure initiative. Just a standard initiative roll.
So like a combat initiative roll.
Yeah, combat initiative.
Because initiative in this is a skill.
It is a skill and a combat thing.
Yeah.
Which function in two different ways.
Okay.
Kotora.
Okay, I will say after the Viv, you were one of the first people approached to out of the group, and you were assigned to your room. And judging by this anyways, you will be the first one to actually head to your room. As you finish up your meal in the cafeteria, if you are going to the cafeteria, first off, do you eat in the cafeteria?
I'd say yes, but it'd take him a second to actually go there because he was probably busy messing around with whatever, system they had over there.
Okay, after you finish up at the cafeteria, you will end up heading to your room. It is completely empty. You see a total of 6 beds that seem to be almost hastily put together. You kind of guess they probably weren't meant to be bunk beds, but after some very, very much constraints of space, you can tell that they've been put together properly enough. They have been put together for that, but you seem to have the room all to yourself before anyone else shows up. You are the first to this room. What do you do in this room?
Well, first off, because he doesn't exactly have that much of I guess things to do at the moment here. He's probably just going to end up kind of just like claiming a bed at random.
Top or bottom bunk?
He can fly, so top. It's easier for him to get there. And
okay,
that's a bit more courteous to other people.
Haboku, you were after finishing up. First off, do you go to the cafeteria?
Yes. As at the mention of food, he was already considering rushing in there.
With you finishing up your test earlier, you were able to get a very good proper meal, and as well as much food as you can possibly eat for tonight. You have essentially been given free reign to the mess hall's buffet table of various instruments, all various fruits, vegetables, as well as some homegrown meat.
Yeah, he's leaning more towards the meat.
And as you demolish this meat entirely, making sure to savor every bite of it, you finally find your fill, and approached by the Yatamon to officially assign you to one of your rooms. You've been given the room number and the directions to it. And as you make your way to the room, you end up opening up the door to seeing seeing Riv up there on one of the top bunks.
Oh no, Haboku's gonna see a very familiar ice Vorvamon on his team.
As he pads into the room, Haboku will look up and say, "Hey, how's it?" Then he'll pause as the gears slowly begin to turn. Have we met?
Riv, he's like on the top of his bunk thing. He's gonna peeking over the edge, looks down, blinks a couple times, and go, "No, I don't think we've met before. What's your name?"
Haboku.
Oh, I did meet someone called Haboku before, but they looked entirely different. Actually, that makes me wonder, do you think Haboku is actually a popular or a common name, considering that they were, a guardian? You gotta think that does mean that the name probably rises in popularity, but also maybe not as much, considering people would be worried about, potentially referencing someone who doesn't want to be referenced.
His ears are folding, even though they were already folded under this hood. he's frowning a bit slightly at the mention of having been a guardian.
Riv does not know this is the same person.
And while you all are talking, Arcus, you have successfully made your way to the. Or do you go to the cafeteria?
He's exploring around.
Okay, you find several things inside the capital, or inside the barracks. There is a study room dedicated to various more of combat strategy kind of books, more than leisure books. You find another training hall that's more of a nighttime kind of gym room / training hall, as well as you find the mess hall itself full of food, and you see a few offices along the way. Is there anyone in particular that you would stop at?
That's a place to explore. Where to go first? Maybe this way. And he just starts heading in a random direction.
After you've fully explored the map, or fully explored the building, you would see the Gatomon very almost confused a little bit. You kind of see them running around a little bit with their little digipad in front of them, as they're kind of like holding it tight to them. And eventually they see you, Arcus, and they said, "Oh, Arcus, I didn't get a chance to get you. I was expecting everyone to be in the mess hall. Here, if you want to explore something, here," and she'll give you your room number and where to be directed.
Okay. He takes it and then immediately runs off to the room.
Oh. And then as you step into the room, you see Haboku and Riv, both almost staring at each other, kind of talking. Riv's up on his bunk, and Haboku seems to be standing there, almost kind of talking a little bit with the other guy. As you realize that this is part of your team, how do you react when you come into the room?
Okay, what's in here? It opens the door. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Riv is gonna give a little wave from the top of his bunk.
So who are you two?
My name's Rivermere, but you could just call me Riv. This is Haboku.
Hi, Haboku. Hi, Riv.
Haboku.
Haboku. Yeah, no, Riv intentionally messed that up slightly.
Oh yeah, Haboku and Arcus, are you going to claim a bed?
Haboku will claim the one that's the bottom bunk closest to the door.
Okay. Arcus, would you like to set your stuff down on the top or bottom bunk?
Top bunk.
You see them, the shimmying, the very, very shimmying Digimon seems to shimmy up the ladder to the top of the bed without any problem whatsoever. Meanwhile, you see, double check, Jace and Asher, would you guys be together in the mess hall?
Likely.
Probably.
Somebody stop me from taking all the bread.
What are you both consuming in the mess hall mostly? What would your plates look like if you had a whole buffet of food?
Absolutely nothing green.
All the bread.
You realize that the bread is not only just one bread. There is multiple grains with multiple different types of bread. There is long bread, little rolls, big rolls, as well as some bread that's been sliced in half and some bread that has already been toasted. You find a smorgasbord of bread there that all has different tastes, all from the different regions around.
Bread. Asher, you didn't hear that. Puts down plate, picks up at basket, starts to fill basket with bread.
Okay, as long as you don't hear about what I'm about to do.
At least choose one thing that is green.
I will not eat poison.
looks at bread. Fine, can't judge you right now.
What kind of food is on Asher's plate?
All dessert.
You do. You see a right away. Mostly, you can tell the. Have you been to one of the ice? Would you say you've been to the ice domain? You think Asher's found his way there before?
I have no idea.
I'd be surprised if we did. Ice does probably sucks a little bit.
I'll say you see trees that you have never once discovered before. You see ice that seems to not melt despite being out in the open. You see various yogurts and creams, all filled with pastries, and all of it seems to almost be kept at a perfect temperature despite there not being any temperature around. It is a mystery to you how all of the things keep its temperate climate. And after a bit, you end up finding, or not finding, the Godamon eventually finds you after moving around to various places. And they say, Asher and Jace, it looks like both of you have been assigned to the same room. Makes my job a lot easier trying to find you both. Here, your room, and she'll give you both the room number as well as the location. If you could make your way there soon after and she kind of looks at both of your plates. Healthy diet. We can find our way over. You can find your way over there whenever able.
Yeah, healthy diets. Great, I'm a terrible father. Thank you.
And with that, you would both finish your very, very specific plated food items. Walking into, eventually making your way into the room, seeing both the Arcus, Riv, and Haboku, two in the top bunk, one in the bottom bunk, as they seem to be in their room doing whatever they're doing.
Hello, what sort of adventures have you two been on?
Me watching my son eat a bunch of desserts and unable to correct him because I've got a bunch of bread. Hi. Folks.
I was avoiding the poison they've got out there for some reason.
How many you like celery. You like celery.
Poison?
Yeah, they had a lot of green stuff out there. It's all poison.
Green stuff is poison?
Yes.
No. Asher, stop.
But
I'm laying
peanut
down.
butter counteracts the poison. So if it's got peanut butter on it and it's you know the celery stuff, then it's fine.
Broccoli with cheese sauce.
Cheese also counteracts it.
Peas.
Those are especially poison.
You liked my pea soup.
Shifty eyes.
What are you two's names?
Oh, I am Aether, God of Death, Lord of Evil.
I'm
Hey, Lord of
Jay's
Evil.
first one's father.
Ew. Wow, that's a
And-
fair attack from the Lord of Evil. He's now starry-eyed. And before then, he was slightly sulking in his bed.
Jace just makes a face and gets in a bunk.
You said top bunk, Jace? What about you, Asher? There was no more top... Actually, there was no more top bunks. You may try fighting for the top bunk, but there is no more top bunks to be had if Jace takes the last top one.
Oh, Jace just gets in a bunk. He doesn't care which one.
Asher will kill Riv for his top bunk.
Nah.
There seems to be one less space for the top bunk, as there is 5 beds now that are filled with the 3 top bunks being taken. Jace, it looks like you have been resorted to bottom bunk.
This is fine. I have bread.
Lastly, Kotora, you have been stealthy once again, maybe trying to find your way around. Do you go to the cafeteria?
Yes,
What does it look like on your plate?
a lot of meat.
You do, and you not only find meat, you find meats cut in so many different shapes that you didn't even know those shapes existed until it was cut into that shape by meat. You were thoroughly impressed with the chef skills of the chef running this buffet meal hall, and this is definitely one that is far above what you have regularly tasted before. The amount of different meats that come from the various plants of the Digimon biomes have made their way here to happily produce meat for any consumption needs.
Oh, that is very impressive. I've never seen I never seen so many meats. So many different cuts of meats like this. Ah, I like this. I like this place.
And after you get done consuming most of it, it's mostly getting more of a nighttime. Gatomon being able to finally find you, they redirect you to your room as they say, "Oh, perfect, there you are, Kotora." And she kind of is like, "It looks like you must have gotten acquainted with some of the cooking here. I'll make sure to give you a little spice bag on the way out to help with your cooking. I think you're going to be a great cook for the team." And she'll kind of type in a pad. "It looks like you're assigned to this room." And she'll redirect you to the room and the number for it.
Kotora looks and takes the number, and he's going to nod. Oh, thanks a lot. And he's going to head there.
Okay, you make your way through the hallway, finding various rooms. You find one room that is marked appropriately for you as you walk in the door, seeing all of the rest of your team, realizing that there are 6 beds, and you are now the 6th person in this room, finalizing the team altogether.
Also, I've been keeping track of this. If the other 2 decided to bunk together, that means the only bed for Kotora is the one directly under Riv.
Okay. The moment Kotora walks into the room, he's going to look around to see the Digimon that are already inside. He stayed in the cafeteria in a while, and for a moment he just looks normal what he scares, but then suddenly he freezes, and then he leaves the room.
Riv, upon noticing badly, hides on his top bunk. Just kind of like... He's kind of like trying to hide. It's not working. He has no subterfuge. His horns are clearly going to be poking over the edge still. The moment he sees that door open and who walks in for a second.
The rest of you would see this interaction as you see what should be, judging by the fact that they've came in the room and judging by the fact that you really may not have seen him there, but it seems like definitely someone that is supposed to be part of your team. You see this interaction where they come into the room, freeze up a moment, and then leave the room. Do you leave the door open or closed when you leave, Kotora?
I close it.
You all witness the closing of the door on what is most potentially either your last teammate or a really confused person finding the wrong room. How does everyone else react?
Well, you already know how Riv was reacting.
Mm-hmm.
Arcus is gonna hop down and open the door.
Asher is just playing on his Valve dock. Unconcerned.
Jace looked down from bread, then went back to eating bread.
Haboku will look up when he sees Kotora, Arjun, then leave. He wonder briefly what that was about, but then he'll just go back to fiddling with his dog tags under his hood.
Okay, that leaves you, Arcus, and you open up the door. You don't find the person, the Digimon standing on the other side of the room. You've explored this place a little bit, so you're familiar with where kind of places to hide would be if they are trying to indeed hide, as you have already explored this complex pretty in depth. Would you like to try to go find after them?
Yeah, I'll first make a perception check to see if I can
Yeah.
find him.
Oh,
I didn't
boy.
realize 7 was such a hard marker to hit.
It's really not. It's just dice. Dice.
Do you
I
want to
get-
try giving us a stealth roll? Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, no, cool.
I'm gonna do a stuff for myself to see if maybe I'll botch that, and then he'll be able to find me with a 0. Nope.
Nope, no botch.
The one success.
We almost had the same roll.
Just a little bit on the upper end.
Yeah.
Kotora, where would you be heading?
Probably back to the cafeteria.
Okay, I'll say you make it back to the cafeteria. A lot of the tables have already been cleaned up. You can tell that the buffet is still going, but most of the ingredients and the several food has already been taken at this point. You see a very slender, almost kind of tall, or kind of shorter cookmon that seems to be taking a meal for themselves after, well, you can only presume to be standing there for quite a while. And he just seems to be taking and enjoying his food as he is going to enjoy the labors of his work. Outside of that, most other people have moved on at this point.
Hmm. Kotora is just looking around, and he's just like trying to find a place where he can hide. So that nobody notices him.
You find various tables, though. There is a few corners that have been kind of stowed away with chairs and the like. The cookmon does notice you come in, but with them eating, they don't really notice you too much. They would end up, like I said, not really paying attention to you too much, but you would be able to see various tables and the like that you could potentially hide under. The tables do seem to be clothed, though most of the cloths do seem to be taken up from the table.
Hmm. Okay, Kotora is going to hide under a table for a while, and then once he realizes that nobody have like come after him for a moment, he's going to pick his head out and just look around for a moment and just say, I can't believe this. Yeah. Kotora is going to look at the cookmon that's eating over there. He's just going to ask, hey, what are you eating over there?
You kind of see them as they have a plate full of, mostly it seems to be soup, very large amounts of soup. As you guys say, "Oh, young one, I am finding my way with all of the different soups. As you can see, I have the potato soup and the lake soup, and here we have the potato lake soup. All of these wonderful soups. I was to cook with all of these different ingredients, but my true love is soup. It's always been the soup with my frying pan." And you kind of see him as he kind of like pets the handle of a like frying pan. "I've always wanted to see how many different soups I could cook, and here, take some for yourself. Try my wonderful soups that I've created."
Kotora will gladly give it a try.
You
Love.
taste the various soups and realize that these soups that have been crafted here are way better than most of the other food on the table that you've been eating so far. The spices and everything seem to have flavors that you've never even been able to profile before. And the soups themselves, with the perfectly diced chops of all the ingredients, are perfectly softened to taste as well as texture. And even being able to take each bite, you're able to feel almost a warmness down inside your throat as the soup begins to slowly make its way from being full to gone.
Whoa! And I've never tasted soup like this before. I don't cook soup all that often myself.
"Oh, it's so simple. Here, I can show you." And he'll pull out what looks to be like a briefcase. And when he opens up the briefcase, it's like a line of like 20 different spices, all in their individual jars, as he begins to very happily tell you about each individual spice and how to perfectly use it. Meanwhile, I'll say that Arcus, you are no longer hiding, I would say, Kotora. So Arcus, you would eventually find your way into the cafeteria, seeing Kotora watching over as he is being taught these spices of the various regions here.
He'll make his way over and get some food on the way as he hasn't eaten yet.
Another soup connoisseur, sit, you must try my soup.
Soup?
It's like you take the broth and have the broth and then the vegetables and the meat. It makes the perfect kind of soup. Soup that would make you warm to the core. One that can provide you vigor and all the other feelings of it. Here, try. And he'll hand you a bowl of soup.
He'll take it. Does it have
And
rice?
Oh, you want rice soup? Yes. And he'll kind of take away the bowl without even like asking, and he'll place another bowl in front of you that has a rice in it.
He'll look down and then start eating it.
Meanwhile, how is the rest of the barracks room handling at the moment?
Rib is still just pretending like he is very hidden on top of the bunk. Totally hidden, 100%. Don't worry, both of them are very good at hiding.
Jeez! I found diamonds!
Oh, Minecraft again?
What is that? No, I'm playing Minecraft.
Hex, never mind. I'm just getting old. Congratulations, buddy. I'm glad you found your diamonds.
Is Haboku asleep yet, or is he listening to the sounds of the datapad or digipad that Asher is using?
Up. Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Terabad raided my stream with 5 viewers.
Well, hello there, Terabad and Cat.
Rank up. Hold the line. This
Oh,
hamlet
Kuro.
shall
Okay.
Cat
not fall.
_Kraken raided my stream with 11 viewers.
Well, hello there, both of ya. Welcome in. Thank you so much for those raids. I hope you both had a great time over there. I am Razim. We are doing our first session of a new campaign, so I hope you all settle on in and enjoy the show here. Thank you so much for those raids. We do lots of stuff here. We've got many tabletop games, Pathfinder, multiple Pokemon games, this Digimon one, and then we've got artists that join us throughout the week doing art live here on stream, like we've got Whiskers here tonight. And otherwise, we've got various games that I do, such as dragging Rex in here to do Subnautica, or for myself, many different simulator games in particular. So yeah, hit that follow button. Join us again, everybody. And for those already here, go check them all out. Yeah, dragging Rex into the ocean is wonderful. He loves it so much. Don't you, Rex?
I will say, Kotora, do you Arcus, do you say anything to Kotora after you have both partaken in like-minded soup-tasting activities?
So, were you lost? As he's now talking to Kotora.
Kotora, realizing that Arcus was one of the people that was inside of the room that he just suddenly disappeared from, and just said, "Well, according to this paper that the Garamon gave me, that is the correct room. Although I think there must be some mistake." I mean,
Mistake? Why?
there's no way I can be in that room.
Mm-hmm. He tilts his head.
Kotora is rubbing his fingers together and wondering how exactly to explain this. Just there's just no way that I can be in that team.
Why?
I I can't tell you. Kotora is looking very nervous.
You okay?
I'm I'm fine. Kotora proceeds to drink proceeds to drink from one of the bowls of soup to avoid answering.
Hmm. You want to explore this place?
Oh, exploring?
Yeah.
Sure. That sounds nice. And then,
Great. And
I
he's
guess-
gonna start pulling on Kotora and dragging him off to the various places.
Okay. Kotora.
and you see the Subon before you get up. He says, "Oh, before you go, who is your team exactly?"
Does our team have a name or well?
You would see the names on the data. You would see the names on the paper that mentioned your room and where it should be. The names are listed there, though it doesn't give any description about them. It's just the fact that their names are there.
Oh, the names of the Digimons. I thought I was talking about more like a team name.
Oh no! Just the the
Okay.
names of the Digimon there.
Well, yeah. According to this paper, I'm in a team with Arcus, Asher, Jays, Hadoku, and Ribamir.
And he kind of laughs a little bit. Haha, see there, my boy, you're right there. It's right there on the piece of paper. You're supposed to be with that group. Why are you concerned about that?
Maybe I shouldn't be concerned, but probably.
Are you worried you may not mix well with the others?
Yeah, that's it.
That's a simple solution, and you kind of see him as he's pulling open his suitcase again, as he kind of shows you various spices. You see, not every single spice is as good by itself. If you were to only eat this, you would find it bitter tasting, and you wouldn't enjoy it. But, and you kind of see him, he pulls out like a brand new bowl that's just like water. See, all you have to do is you add this in, and if I were to feed this to you, you would say this is the worst soup in the world, the worst soup you've ever tasted. I would be ashamed to serve this to anyone. But, and you kind of see him, he pulls out 5 more vials. If you mix a little bit of here, and a little bit of here, and a whole lot of this, and you see him start pouring in the spices in several amounts before handing it to you, you now suddenly have a broth. One that is greater than any part of its whole. One where if every single piece, or if any of the pieces were gone missing, the soup would be disrespectful to serve it to customers. Here, try the soup.
Kotora tries the broth. He actually looks kind of excited to do so.
As you taste it, you realize that these spices are definitely from also other regions that you haven't even been. You can almost just taste the exoticness of the various regions. Even like that first bitterness originally hits like your taste, but then a softer, sweeter taste begins to take over, mixed with like a salty kind of flavor at the very end, with a almost refreshing feeling at the very end of actually swallowing it. See, my boy, if you were only to be this bitter spice here, you would have no one to be around with. But if you just mix all of these together, you'll find yourself mixing perfectly well. It's not about an individual part, it's about a team here. And I think if they've decided that you are part of a team, then you are all one big spice in the grander broth of life.
Kotora looks at that Cookman and he's just nodding his head up and down. Yeah, what you're saying does make sense.
Here, take this soup, my lad. I'm sure your other friends could need to have the experience of the true taste of this world. Here, I'll even throw in, I think your one friend, I think the usher, I think I saw him going over for the dessert table. Here, and then he'll give you he'll even give you like a dessert. Usually I don't serve dessert with my soup, but I'm afraid he won't get to partake in the soup, so here's one for them too. And here, and he'll and just he keeps pulling out more things, and he hands you like an entire loaf of bread. Here, put this in the soup and you'll find it even more complete. Here, Arcus, here, take the soup. Help your friend take the soup back to your room. Everyone's very much more friendlier after a bowl of soup.
Kotora is taking the loaf of bread and the dessert and put them away in his backpack, so that he can give it to them.
I'm so hoping that this soup is green.
Wow. Wow.
Only the green onions in it. They won't be noticed.
And
Yeah,
Kotora.
go.
How's that?
What do you say, Arcus?
You want help with all that?
Yes, sure. That's a good idea. I can't bring it all myself. I will fall.
And Arcus is gonna take half of it.
He gives you like a big kind of a good storage size container of soup. There you go. No, take the soup to them. You always can bond over a bowl of soup. The warmth really brings out the warmth of friendship.
Oh, thanks for the container. And he's gonna start loading his share of it into the container. Help carry.
Yeah, and Kotora takes his own container to carry along with the loaf of bread and the dessert.
Okay, and you'll be able to success. Oh, go ahead.
And I was going to say, thank you, Mister. I don't believe I got your name.
My name's Arcus. Nice to meet you. What's yours?
Kotora.
Kotora. Nice to meet you.
And you can just call me head chef. Soup extraordinaire. Soup of the world. And you just kind of, with this ladle, I will make sure the world tastes the best soup they've ever had. Just you wait.
Okay, Mr. Soup.
Atta boys. And he'll now run along back to your group and show them the power of what soup can bring together with people.
Kotora kind of excitedly takes the all the stuff that he has gotten back with Arcus. He has momentarily forgotten why he ran away.
You make your way back to the room, struggling to open the door a little bit, having to set some things down. Everyone else notices as the door opens up, and there seems to be almost a smell that hits the room before they even open the door. Just the pure waft of the soup broth has elevated the room smell to a very, very pungent but enjoyable scent in the air.
Haboku's mouth is already watering. To answer your earlier question, he was more or less just as lying in bed, not necessarily a sleeping thing just yet. So he immediately perks up at the smell of food.
We brought food.
Very very good food.
He's immediately hopping out of his bed.
And Arcus is gonna bring the food into the room.
Yeah. Kotora does as well. He also He also brings out the loaves of bread and the dessert that Mr. Soup gave him out of his backpack. I also brought these over. I believe Mr. Soup said that you two will appreciate them.
I'd like to say no, but I have no capability of saying no to bread.
Why can't you say no to bread?
Because bread is perfect. Have you ever had bread in your mouth? It's almost as good as sex. Actually, if you want a
waffles.
really good time, you take the bread and then you lay it on the. Oh, nope, I'm not going to explain that with my child in the room. Never mind.
Actually, your
And
nose does pick up a sweet scent of dessert in the room.
Kotora has the dessert in his hand.
What is the dessert?
It is a series of several cream puffs, each filled with a different flavor of cream.
He will accept this offering.
The god of death has been appeased.
He has been satisfied. I would not go so far as to say appeased.
I was about to say, if you say that out loud, Jace is going to get this look in his face and then let it go, but...
Haboku is currently, he already has it as his muzzle inside a bowl of soup, lapping it up.
It is the most exotic, rich soup you have ever tasted, Haboku. The amount of spices seem to hit every single flavor sensor of your tongue.
Once he's cleaned up of the first bowl, he's just going to look up really satisfied, and then he's just going to pass out on his side.
He didn't even get in the bed. Hey, Asher. Hey, Asher.
What?
Do you know how many times you've done that? Let me have your pad. We can show them pictures.
No! Those are deleted.
You
Pictures?
think?
What are pictures?
Oh, pictures?
Yeah, this one thinks that he can delete the pictures of him in a sailor suit.
They were all deleted. This does not exist.
Uh-huh. Talk to me when you break the parental controls.
I'll get Game Master on that.
I have hard copies too.
No!
Somebody
Those will
help me
be
get...
burned.
Never mind, I got him. I'll put Haboku in bed.
That's adorable.
You all seeing this again, Viv. Are you asleep, or are you? Is the smell of food going to tantalizingly wake you up?
He is hiding.
You want to try a stealth roll?
No,
I already
he's
did.
already
He rolled a
failed it.
0.
You want to try a stealth roll?
Oh, hey, now he's actually hiding.
Nice.
Okay, remove the quotation marks around hiding.
He
The
pulled
amount
a
of
blanket
cover-
over his head all slow, like...
He slowly shifts, and the horns slowly disappear.
You have brought gifts and favors for your group, Kotora. How are you feeling?
Kotora is feeling pretty good. In fact, he has forgotten why he was so nervous. Why he was so nervous before.
You see one open bottom bunk, with the top bunk seeming to have someone that has been thoroughly covering themselves up with their covers, to the point where it looks more just like a mass on top of the bed. However, the bottom bunk there seems to be fully open.
Is that the only bed available?
After Jace puts Haboku into bed, yes, that's the only bed available. Unless you would like to request a top bunk from someone.
And then you'd have a clear view. Rear view.
I don't know which one is funnier. Him
Yeah.
only having the option of being in the same bed, like bunk bed system, or get like specifically requesting it only to get a better view.
Honestly, either one is funny in its own way. But Kota would just say, "Ah, I like the bottom beds. I prefer them." Hey, so do you guys mind if I take that one?
No.
Okay. The Kotora is going after having his fill. Kotora is going to go ahead and put and get his body onto the bottom bed and just lie down on his belly.
Okay, and it is finally heading into the nighttime. And the lights themselves seem to slowly dim in accordance with the time of day. It seems to be an automated system, though anyone could override that if needed to wake up. But there is an automated night that begins to essentially find itself slowly drifting off. Just to make sure that this was... Wait just 1 second here. Okay. Jace.
Sir, yes, sir.
You and it's pretty much in the middle of the night. Everyone mostly in your room has gone to bed in whatever way, in whatever bunk they have. You're also asleep as well, though you do wake up a little bit as you kind of feel some almost like scratching at one of your arms.
Jace is going to roll over and just get up.
You feel that your arm is beginning to slowly tingle a little bit more, almost acting a little compulsory.
Is it the left arm or the right arm?
It is. Let me double check. It should be the left arm.
Yeah, he's gonna just leave the room.
Okay, and as your arm, it almost feels like something is trying to scratch at your arm, as you kind of feel like your arm is essentially almost being not even like almost like attacked by something, and you feel your claws on that arm begin to almost retract a little bit, like you're trying to grab something.
Is this a new situation, or is this normal?
Yes, this is new.
I will make sure that my blades are no longer located underneath my sleeve.
As you make your way into a more private area, essentially away from anyone else, you feel like the arm seems to almost be tingling more and more as your arm almost reflexively reaches out, like it's grabbing like some kind of cylindrical object, and you can kind of feel your claws almost just closing and closing on this cylindrical object before you feel your body almost shake a little bit and press it down, and almost like you fall to your knees a second and press your arm down to the ground like you're holding something, and you can kind of feel this almost clawing more and more at your arm, like you're trying to hold something that's scratching you. And after a little bit of this time and almost gritting your teeth through this, eventually you feel your paws eventually fully close, grasping tightly whatever it was imagining it was holding. And at that, the clawing of your arm stops as your hand almost relaxedly opens up.
Oh, good. I don't have to stab my own arm.
That would be awkward.
Oh, he was going to.
You feel whatever was holding or whatever feeling you had has now passed, but your arm, it feels like it is almost back to where it was before. You're not really too sure what came over it, as this is the first time you're experiencing it, but whatever it was seems to have passed for now, with the loosening of the grip.
Yeah, I make sure I have control of my arm, and if I do, I will put my blades back up my sleeve. And then I'm not going back to sleep for a while. I'm just going to go for a walk. Occasionally poking my arm to see if it's going to do other weird shit tonight or not.
Everything seems perfectly fine with your arm as the night goes on. You can hear a howl outside, but instead of almost the howl you can assume would probably be from Kino themselves, as they almost howl at the night moon, as their nightly hunt of the city encourages them to make sure that the glitches stayed at bay, being the guardian of the city. The howl being more of a comfort to the residents than any other form of communication.
Yeah, I'll get back to the room probably sometime in a few hours.
You make your way back to the room, and you end up finding everyone mostly asleep, unless anyone's too much of a light sleeper. Is anyone a light sleeper in the group?
Currently,
Probably not in towns.
yeah, like I said, probably
I
not.
don't.
in
I don't.
towns.
I don't think Riv would be a very heavy sleeper outside of towns, but I know he definitely would relax a lot more inside of towns.
Yeah, same with Haboku. It's the closest to the door, though, but I don't think that really means something.
Asher does not
give
like
me-
to sleep. Therefore, yes, very light sleep.
Would Asher have noticed Jace leave? You can give a stealth slash opposing perception versus stealth roll if you'd like.
I mean, if he saw Jace leaving, he would have definitely followed.
Oh,
And there's
bugger.
I was about to say that 10's gonna mess you up there, Era.
Yeah, of course it's going to. I could technically soul it. I do have a soul. What time is it?
Oh, that's
I'm
news.
souling it. I got a soul. Ha!
I'm gonna use my soul as well.
Dead.
Haboku just whipping out the
He was even close to the door.
Can
Oh,
Jace
no.
not have his PTSD in silence? Nah.
I'll soul that.
Okay. I'll say, Jace, I will say there is a slight difficulty as you were a little bit in a panic because of it. You weren't able to be enough quiet, so you're not going to like wake up everyone loudly, but I would say anyone who is considered a light sleeper would at least notice enough you leave. Whether they choose to follow, like I said, it's more kind of like they have that half days that something is gone. I would say that Asher would probably be one of the only people to really understand who left, just because it is at night.
Asher would have definitely followed.
Haboku will probably just, as if he noticed movement, and he would probably just go, oh, he's just leaving, and then go back to sleep.
Okay, are you trying to stealthily follow Jace?
I just said he'd go back to sleep.
Sorry, Asher.
Asher, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
He did learn from the best.
So about that best, I would say yeah. With that 4 successes to that, you would be able to stealthily follow. You would end up just working on a little bit. You would see Jace go through that whole you would see Jace kind of go through that, though it's a little bit. Do you have night vision, or do you have any kind of dark vision, Asher?
No.
It
I
wouldn't
will
be.
be
It
picking that
wouldn't.
up very soon, though.
I would say for this case, it's not. They're going to keep the lights low. It's not. They're not going to just turn out the lights of the whole building. So the lights are a little bit dim, but you would essentially be able to see Jace going through the motions that they were described as going through. It happened so fast, though. It went all the way through, but if you want to step in the aftermath, what would you do after seeing Jace go through that?
He would continue to watch for now.
I doubt this is the first time that Asher has seen Jace go through weird shit, considering Jace probably has PTSD.
Yeah, but he's not going to interrupt. He is just watching.
And you'd follow Jace around as they kind of go through a few hours later. Do you return to the room before they do?
Nope. He will be standing. He'll let Jace see him once Jace goes to go back.
Okay, Jace, you notice Asher outside of the room, if I'm not mistaken, outside of the room, waiting for you to return.
Oh no, Asher was following him the entire time
Oh yeah.
on his walk.
Jace, you notice that Asher has found his way to you after having essentially what you went through. Asher has now decided to accompany you after going through that event. Asher has now approached your side. If I'm thinking correctly.
Okay. Asher is following him along the walk, but staying stealthed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's once we're back at the room that he makes himself known.
Yeah.
Or puts no effort into hiding anymore because Jace is going to check the bed and see a lack of Asher. At which point, Jace will turn around, jump a little bit, and be like, Asher, for the love of goodness, why are you awake?
You woke me up.
Sorry.
What happened?
Don't worry about it, bud. Just go back to sleep.
Nope. Not accepting that.
Buddy, it's really late at night. Let's not wake anybody up. Come on. This is like your new team and all this other stuff. You wanted to do this.
Okay, then we'll go elsewhere.
Buddy,
He walks to leave the building again. He goes outside, sits, and then just stares at Jace.
Steps outside, closes the door. Yeah, sure.
Yes?
It was just you've seen me up late before. Come on.
I know, but you've never done something like that.
I get all sorts of weird symptoms. I don't know what the hell it was.
He's just staring at Jace expectantly.
What?
I'm still waiting for you to explain what it was.
I don't know what it was.
What were you feeling and stuff?
I don't know, cylindrical thing?
He tilts his head.
Yeah, see, I have no idea. It just happened. I don't know. Hey, I'm not bleeding this time. I didn't have to stab myself. Look, buddy, I've seen some stuff. Come on.
Well, yes, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to worry.
You're my kid. I should be worrying about you. You shouldn't be worried about me.
Well, I am also medic, so...
That was
Doctor's
your
orders.
Picks Asher up. You're going back to bed.
No!
We'll talk about it in the morning.
Fine. I'll hold you to that promise.
Technically didn't promise nothing.
I am taking it as a promise.
Just go to sleep. We'll briefly discuss in the morning. It's not a big deal, okay? It was probably just, hallucination or who knows. I don't know anymore.
Really, Whiskers? Oh no, Raijin 2.
You should expect this.
I am probably going to regret bringing up this fan art, because I'm going to be scared to see what I am going to put it away to find Whiskers is drawn. But this one was from Raijin.
Oh, cute.
I will end you. And then your soul will be lost, for I guard the gates of the dark area, and I will refuse you entry.
Asher, I'm making peas for dinner.
Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. It's poison.
What did Whiskers do? I don't see.
It's not Whiskers. It's Raijin. Start.
Well, right now it's Raijin, but Whiskers had drawn Asher glaring at Jace.
Oh.
Ah, there it is. He brought it back up.
Oh. The glare. I will say with Asher properly put to bed, it will successfully end your first night in the barracks. One of the only nights, one of two nights you'll end up having in the barracks, as the group is kind of wake up all in the morning. I will give you, just for the sake of time, I will give you a debriefing of the next mission, and we will leave that as where we will probably end it, looking at the time.
That sounds
So
good.
you all wake up. Just for curiosity's sake, who would wake up first?
Duke.
Who do you think would wake up morning? Who's the most morning person here?
Asher has the Zoomies feet. That's all I'm saying.
Is
So
there
does
coffee
And
at
Riv
home?
has reliable initiative, so there's also that.
So does Haboku. He as also has zoomies.
So half the party gets zoomies right away in the morning, which means that Jace isn't sleeping.
You got like 2
Kotora,
hours.
maybe.
You got like 2 hours of sleep before the awakening happens, where everyone starts to wake up, with one person waking up, another person wakes up, with that person waking up, another person wakes up, and multiple zoomies begin to occur in the room.
Oh, Asher is immediately pouncing on Jace.
Grunt sits up. All right, coffee. Coffee right now. Coffee right now.
Food.
You see
Haboku's outside
soup.
the room.
You see some soup still left in the room, uneaten.
He pauses as approaches it, sniffs at it to see how warm it is.
The soup seems to be mostly chilled at the moment, though it's in a firm metal container, so you feel like you could heat it if you would. If anyone has the ability to, you could probably heat it up pretty easily.
Nah, he'll probably dig in.
Well, the sensation is a little bit muted due to the chilled nature of the soup. The taste is still just as fragrant and prevalent, though only just slightly muted due to the chill. But you can taste that since you didn't get to taste as much of it as you did last night, you realize this soup is very, very divine.
Oh
You
boy.
could say it made him feel alive again.
Really, Ido? You've been holding on to that one, haven't you? Chase just looks around the room and goes, "All right, I'm getting coffee. Does anybody except for that one," points at Haboku, "want any?"
Coffee? What's coffee?
Oh boy. Magic bean juice. Yes. That's what I should tell
Oh,
somebody
if it's
that
magical, what about it makes it magical?
it makes it so that way I can tolerate people in the morning.
Well, then how is it magical? Does it have like some sort of energy component to it that, like, you know, if you consume it, it makes it so you have that?
Yes. Actually, that is very accurate and horrifyingly accurate. And oh boy.
Oh. My dad said not to have stuff like that.
You're all youngins, huh?
Rib is gonna blink, remember where he was and who showed up, and look around, not seeing Kotora, and then look under his bed.
Kotora is sleeping soundly on his belly under you.
In that case, Rib is gonna blink a couple times, take off his glasses for a second, make sure he's seeing it correctly, put back on his glasses, because glasses do not help his vision, actually, and proceed to go back, put his head back above, and then just go, you know, on second thought, I think I'll just stay here.
You all stay here. I'm gonna go get coffee. Asher pats Asher's head.
Asher is still on you.
Asher, I need to get up, please.
Fine, but I'm still holding you to your promise.
In private later. Goodness gracious, boy.
Fine.
Duke.
Do you want orange juice?
Yes.
I'll see if they have orange juice.
This is acceptable.
Can I get up now?
I suppose.
Okay, go do the social thing. You're better at it. It's because you're cute. Smush his face.
I
and gets
am not. I am evilly cute. Get it right.
Here. Evilly cute. Evilly adorable.
Oh my god, Whiskers.
I don't know what the mug says, but fair.
Liquid willpower, I think?
Yes.
You know, I would actually get that mug.
I would too.
Power.
I can't tell what it says either.
That is excellent.
I think I need a mug that says liquid willpower.
It does say liquid willpower.
Well, I see it. It looks like it says will, but I don't know if the second part is actually power. Whiskers, what does it say?
I'd also buy a mug that said liquid brain power. Cause are you ready? Liquid willpower official Whiskers merch. I didn't know you were going to start selling coffee. Magic bean juice.
Is Asher gonna look around at like the rest of the people that are there once Jace leaves?
Oh, Asher is following Jace.
Ah, okay.
Jace says, "Hey, stay here, be social." Follows Jace.
Excellent.
Asher is waiting for his explanation.
In that case, Asher will have to wait a minute to find out that Riv has a digipad.
But
Because
you
he's
see,
taking that out and he's going to be clicking away at it.
Asher has a valve dock.
Your canvas.
Oh, no.
New canvas.
Asher is going to be devastated. One thing I bet is devastating to Asher is that he doesn't have internet. There's no worldwide internet here. It's local only.
Oh no. Horrible.
But your games still, all the single player downloaded games still work.
Bro.
With that, Jace, I'll say you're able to get to the mess hall with various Digimon of the like. They're all having none of the a lot of the faces seem to be recognizable from yesterday. You see the Gatomon eagerly walking around with their little data pad, talking to various people, seeming to give them almost a slip of sheet. Though a lot of the groups that were from last night now seem to be a little bit more organized, where the groups seem to be a lot more like-minded in the groups. As you can tell, that a lot of the people probably have associated themselves with the group that they end up going to the bunks with, as well as their team. But as for you guys, it is just you two.
Just gonna get coffee. I'll get some orange juice. I'll get some tea in case anybody in the room wants that. Obviously ignoring Asher, who's staring at me this entire time. If they got Danishes or any breakfast sort of bread things, I am totally not taking all of them. Why would I do that? That sounds like a terrible thing to walking a little bit quicker now with all the bread items.
Meanwhile, Asher is just glaring at Jace's back.
Sticks a Danish in Asher's mouth.
His mouth is closed.
Will literally stop, crouch down, and boop you repeatedly with the Danish. There we go. Pat, pat, pat. Starts walking again. After breakfast, when you and I can get a moment, we'll talk. You don't have to follow me around. Goodness gracious, boy.
As long as it's still morning, because you promised the morning.
Morning lasts for like 4 hours or some stuff like that. I don't remember time.
You guys see Kiga run up to you with their little Kiga the Gatomon runs up to you with their little data pad. Oh, perfect. It looks like you guys are scheduled for a debriefing of your mission, and it looks like you've all been accepted as a team. I hope you all slept well together. And she'll kind of look. Hey, your debriefing will be in about 3 hours, and then you'll be able to prep for the rest of the day and enjoy one last night here. Though we do have to see you guys in part on your journey tomorrow.
We were supposed to sleep together?
Not like that, Asher.
Oh, okay.
Sharing a room, you know, like we used to before we got in the house.
Oh. Oh, God, Whiskers.
Oh, God.
Am I about to have a new animated emote?
I think you're about to have a new animated emote.
Gonna have to make space there, Zim.
You see, he just kind of blinks at you both with your interactions with each other. I hope you are getting along. I did specifically, and she kind of pulls her. You guys did seem to come in together, so I did pull a few strings to make sure that you guys were on the same team. Usually we go by priority based off combat prowess, but if teamwork is obviously the most important thing, so if you guys are already a team before, then I hope you make as much of a star team with each other as well as you do with the rest of the group.
Oh, this is my son, Asher.
Hi! Don't
That
tell
works.
me your secrets.
Asher.
You kind of say, you see as she pulls around her tail with a little bangle. You say, see, this little bangle here brings me extra good luck. And if that were to ever, and she kind of wags it almost a little bit in front of your tail, almost teasingly a little bit with the bangle, kind of dangling a little bit on her tail. And maybe if you're really good, I could always get you a bangle of your own. I think it'd make the cutest bracelet for you.
He just looks at her, raises a paw up to the holy ring on his neck, taps it a little bit.
She seems to have taken that as a accessory that you're choosing to wear, and she was showing off her own accessory that she wears as well. Yeah, I love it so much. It's so pretty. I like to have mine in purple. As she sees her, she's kind of like wagging the bangle a little bit back, making a little bit of a ringing noise to it.
Does this Garamon not have a holy ring herself?
That's what's around her tail.
Ah.
She thinks they're fashion accessories, though. She doesn't realize what they're used for.
He says, "Oh well," and it's kind of like, "It was nice talking to you all, and I'll head on out." And she'll go to another few groups.
There, first quote of this campaign.
Excellent.
With your balancing act, Jace, so you'd be able to get to your appropriate amount of morning consumption of liquids to the room.
Jace will walk in, set down just enough bread for everybody else, pour himself coffee, then sit down on the bed and be like, all right. Now go be social. Does the wavery thing at Asher.
Rib is like tapping away at a digibed and like mumbling to himself. And by mumbling, it's like actually kind of like audibly loud a bit, but you know, he seems focused.
I will say, on your way back to the room, you did pass by where you ended up having your event last night, and you can see almost a very small area of cracked tiles beneath you as you kind of walk past.
Very much ignoring that.
It's totally not related in any way whatsoever.
Nope,
Asher
I will not be
has
threatening my
noted
arm
it.
later.
But Asher?
Asher's noted it.
Now you may continue the room.
And meanwhile, Kotora is just sleeping this entire time.
The hard sleeper of the group.
There may or may not be a bagel on his horn when he wakes up.
Asher is just slow. Oh, God. Whiskers, what are you doing?
Illustrating your...
Are you just noticing the little like montage?
Yeah, apparently.
Excellent.
Well, yeah, no, Rib is just tapping away on his data pad.
So I was gonna say Asher is going to back away slowly from Jace, but not ever letting eye contact break.
Yep, I raised this one. Can you let me raise a kid? Hey, Asher, look, a gamepad. Damn.
Huh? What?
Gamepad points up at Riv.
He
Haboku
is.
is just still licking the remains of the container.
How high up are the bunk beds?
It's usually used to be able to accommodate larger, so unlike what we would accommodate, I would say the rooms themselves are about 10 feet tall to accommodate larger Digimon. The bunk beds are about at least like 6 feet off the ground.
Okay, so probably not somewhere that Asher can get. Got it.
You can always climb up the bunk bed.
He is quadruped.
There is a table that is in the room that you could jump up to get on top of the top bunk.
Oh, okay.
I've seen dogs go up ladders.
I was about to
This
say,
is
also
also-
quadrupeds can climb ladders.
Yeah. And there's definitely ladders,
Yeah.
even if they didn't use them.
I will say the room itself does have various items in a closet. Not closet, kind of like a wardrobe, as well as a nightstand with various nighttime things that might be needed by various Digimon there. But there's a bit of clutter on top of the nightstand, but you'd be able to jump up onto the top bunk if you so chose.
Okay. Asher is jumping up and then jumping onto the bed and peeking his head directly over the top of the pad.
Jace dips into the wardrobe. He's got a 3 subterfuge to hide.
The moment I saw you rolling dice, I'm like, oh yeah, Jace is skulking away. Let's go. So Rib is gonna like blink a bit and then look up at the face peeking over his pad, and go, "Oh, hi. I didn't notice you actually coming up here."
What you doing?
Oh, really interesting things actually. Okay, so I use this for a lot of my research stuff. I have a couple of data sticks I also use in order to keep more specialized things on. But basically, what I'm doing right now is over the past couple of months, I've actually been compiling a fair amount of data on the glitch and things of that nature, and how it interacts with things. So I was, making sure to, interface with my digipad in order to make sure that all of my more recent observations are in fact included, up to date, notarized, and any images are also included with my research.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Got any games on your phone there?
I was waiting for it. Riv, without missing a beat, goes, "Yeah, I have Sudoku." He's gonna open up Sudoku and show like one of the monstrous-looking ones.
Do you have any fun games?
Sudoku's fun.
That is not a game. That is just puzzle.
Puzzles are games.
That is homework.
I think puzzles are fun. Besides, I don't actually have all that much room for all that stuff. You see, because the thing is that I actually made this myself, and so, I end up using it for a lot of my research stuff, and I make sure to keep copies of almost all of my files and notes on here.
Oh, cool.
It takes a surprising amount of space in order to store, entire deep scans of things.
I use mine.
It does let me interact with my internal files and pass them along, copy them over.
That's pretty neat. I made mine with Game Master. And he's just gonna pull out his Valve dock.
I'm gonna have Riv roll a tech roll on that.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, there's the Riv knowledge rules
Nice.
Just
with the one included. Let's go.
So, Quagopedia meet Rivopedia.
Well, it's gonna be Vorvapedia. I think that's gonna be the joke, probably.
Vorvapedia.
Vorvapedia.
Warpapedia.
It's the Vorvamon. Yeah, I'm sold on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He rolled a 5 on that check.
You were happy to describe, Asher, what exactly it is, and if you want to describe how you got it too.
So it's this really cool, powerful gaming device. It's got these controllers here, you see, and it's got a huge amount of space because games are really big and stuff. So I had to make sure I had lots of space in it. I mean, a huge amount of space. I also have all of my Digifinder books on here, at least the digital versions of them. I'm still trying to complete the collection of the physical ones.
Oh, I love books. What kind of books are they?
They're Digifinder.
Well, yeah, but I don't know what that is.
Oh, well, it's a really fun game that we can play. You see, we all sit down at a table and we use clicky-clack math rocks, also known as dice, in order to determine if our actions are successful or not. And we roleplay different characters.
I don't think I've ever done anything like that, but okay.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Far more fun than your puzzle.
Just because of that, I'm not playing your Digifinder thing.
Oh,
Sudoku
but
is
come
fun.
on. Okay. It's fun, but it's not a game. Can we agree on that?
It is a game. It's a game.
But it's not. It's a puzzle.
Puzzles can be games.
Who says?
The fact that puzzle... There's literally an entire category of things called puzzle games. Like
Oh yeah, but
jigsaw
those
puzzles.
are those are different.
You'll
Puzzles
hear
can be
this argument going on. Kotora, I'd say you'd probably be able to be woken up by this, as there
Yeah.
is direct fighting of directly above you.
And Kotora just kind of absentmindedly rub his eyes, and then he begins he gets off the bed with his eyes half open, and he begins climbing up the bunk just to say, "Hey, you two, what are you arguing about?"
Sudoku is a game. Hi, Kotora.
Hi, Rev.
Yeah, so anyway, I think I'm gonna go get breakfast. Bye.
Hey,
Totally
we're not done with this.
You should
Come
have
back here,
elaborated
you
on
coward,
that.
or else you forfeit.
Hello, what were you trying to say, Zerna?
I think the Labramon is on top of you in the bed.
No, he is not.
No, he
Oh,
was
he's not-
peeking
oh.
over like the front of his
Yeah.
like data pad.
Yeah. Yeah, so like Riv just suddenly puts his digipad down, or he just takes it and then
He's putting it in his bag, grabbing his bag, and just like flying away a little bit.
and
He's like, okay, I'm gonna go get breakfast. Bye.
Does Asher fall out of the bed when he chases him?
Kotora just looks at the both of them flying away and just say, it is Riv. He's going to just like slap his own cheeks as if he's like trying to wake himself up. No, that can't be right. He can't be in the same location I am. Not yet.
Meanwhile, Jace is in an armoire with a cup of coffee, happy in his own lane.
I like
Invited.
how neither
Thriving.
neither Asher or Jace has told anyone about the group debriefing.
Nope.
We'll get there. I want my coffee in 5 minutes of silence.
Hey, where are you going? As Arcus is following after Riv.
Breakfast.
Food. Good.
Breakfast?
Uh,
Okay.
Haboku was rushing out as well, despite having literally just finished off the rest of the soup.
Well, I suppose I win that argument then. Sudoku is not a game. Mahaha!
Sudoku is definitely a game.
A new challenger approach.
New challenger approaches.
Asher
older
moves to the edge of the bed, leans over it, looks under it, and glares at Kotora.
Kotora climbed up. He's there too now.
Yeah.
Koto was on the ladder.
Yeah. He like climbed up absentmindedly, and then just stopped before like getting actually on the bed. Then Rip ran away. Yeah, that's how it is.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
in that case, Asher's head turns slowly to Kotora, and you swear you hear the sound of grinding stone.
Kotora's eyes actually look focused for a moment.
What did you say?
Sudoku is definitely a game.
It is not.
Of course it is.
It's a puzzle.
Puzzles are games.
No, puzzles are puzzles. There are games
Puzzles
that
are-
can be puzzles, but there are not. Not all puzzles are games.
And Sudoku is a game that's also a puzzle.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Naha.
Jace relocates to follow the others since they're getting breakfast, and he may or may not be stress eating all the bread now. He is remaining hidden until out of the room because no, he is not getting involved in that.
Look,
Out of character,
Look at-
I love Sudoku, but
Unironically, the reason that I chose Sudoku as the game is because I've been playing Sudoku right now. I
Okay.
figured Rib would like Sudoku.
makes sense.
We'll say, I'm curious, will you guys go to the food hall after?
Well, that's where Rib is running to right now, immediately.
Is that who was the first person to leave the room again? I know it was
That
Koto.
was-
Where's Koto going?
Well,
Kotor-
no, so Riv left first, I guess now.
Okay.
I mean, Jace left earlier. Now Riv, upon being face to face with Koto, immediately went, I'm gonna go grab breakfast, bye. and left.
Yeah, and then Arcus followed behind him, and then Haboku went after them, and then
Yeah.
Jace went after soon after he realized that Asher and Kotora are in an endless discussion at the moment.
Arcus-
Jace has heard Game Master in this one go at it before. He's out.
Whiskers.
Oh, go. Hi.
That stink eye.
I will say you all will eventually, after this heated discussion of Sudoku being games, I will say you all eventually make your way to the mess hall. They will end up, the Gatomon Giga would definitely ask Jace, were you able to let everyone know about the debriefing?
Oh, give it an hour. I'll tell him then.
Kind of looks. The debriefing's in 2 hours, though.
Oh, trust me, they'll. I really hope that argument's over by then.
As you just hear no, yes, coming down the hallway.
Yes.
Oh, this is my life. now.
Perfect. I'll leave you, and she kind of does. I'll leave you as you get to be team leader for the day. I'll make sure that you are properly and she kind of like taps. You'll be the one responsible for making sure all the teams get to their appropriate locations. Thank you for volunteering. And she'll walk off.
No.
Yes. Wait, no.
Look, it's a game with numbers. It might not be fun to some, but it is definitely to others. So it is definitely a game.
But it's literally not a game. It's just a puzzle.
A puzzle game.
There are some games that have Sudoku in them, and those are games.
But you said earlier that that there are games that are also puzzles. What other puzzle games are there? Name me one.
Teleportal 1 and Teleportal 2.
What
They're
are
really
those?
good, and they've got really good songs at the end of them when you beat them. You see, you got this gun that you just shoot around and make teleportals.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Question mark.
Camera science. They do what they must because camera.
And with and this is going, and like I said, just to save on time, you will have your morning meal, and we will end the session right before you all end up going to the debriefing room. You have gone.
We ended up doing we ended up doing quite a few shenanigans. Sorry there, Serda.
Oh no, you got to at least step 3 out of 8 for today.
Hooray!
Oh, I figured this was gonna happen.
Oh. Well, Whiskers is going that far with it. Got it.
Yeah, I think out of this session, I'm getting 2 new animated emotes.
Congrats, Tim.
I'm not really sure how you do the inner segments, but I am glad that hopefully everyone had a hopefully everyone got to share their personal character traits and character quirks.
Distract them longer.
Okay. I will say I'm glad hopefully everyone was able to give a well, I know we didn't really get too much into the plot line of it, but trust me, that will all be in time. Whatever's happening with Jace's arm, and who knows? We'll have to see what happens in the future and what that was all about. Who knows? It may come back, it may not. That's the question for another day. But as for today, it looks like we will have
No. It is definitely we got plenty of time for more.
All
I
right.
am not rapidly trying to set up the credits because I completely
good.
spaced it, and
Well,
definitely not.
It's just it is at least fairly interesting what's going on with the fact that Riv and Kotora are trying so hard to avoid each other, but are trying to also act normal at the same time. Totally.
Look,
They're
I will
both
duct.
very
Totally.
capable of doing this.
I will duct tape you two together later. Right now, I
Maybe
need
they're
to avoid
on
whatever
NBC.
argument Asher's in this time.
The Riff, what do you want to have for breakfast?
Oh, what were you saying there?
What does your morning meals look like for everyone actually? What does your morning meals look like? Do you fall under does your Digimon character fall under the idea that breakfast is only breakfast at breakfast time?
Yes.
Riv just normally ends up eating whatever Kotora makes, and then if he's out, and about, probably just like rations if he's in the field and doesn't have Kotora around. Otherwise, he just literally eats whatever Kotora makes.
The boring granola bar, man. Got it.
Well, not boring granola bar. It's just that between them, one brother is a very good cook, the other one is not.
Oh, and I will say, as you do, you're not really too sure when it happened, Kotaro, but your pack does contain various spices that will enhance food.
Ah.
You're not too sure when it was snuck in, but you do have a small series of several vials full of spices, 6 to be exact.
Was this a gift from Mr. Soup? Did he just put this inside my backpack while I was not looking? Weird.
One can only assume, but you do notice that you having the six vials. One of the vials, and actually all the vials, seem to have your names on it, as he has identified each one of you as a spice.
Wait, it has each of us. It had the name of us.
Each of the little spice containers has a name that is one of the characters.
You recognize the spices as to be the ones that he combined to make that wonderful soup last night.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Right, Jin.
The spicy
I'm-
spot.
I was going to ignore that. Thank you for pointing it out.
And of course, you will have a proper amount of at least a proper amount of starting equipment. If you want to think about anything that would probably be in a starting equipment, just feel free to message me and see if there's something that you would want from any kind of starting gear. Otherwise, it'll be like base assumptions will be like a starter pack for everyone. Well, I may not specifically say what's in it. Just we'll have the easy. Just go into the assumption that some of the most base items are there.
Yep. Also, fun fact: Riv is not that good at cooking because making things colder around you automatically kind of makes cooking a little bit harder. You know?
Yeah.
Skill issue. Try harder.
I know, right?
Meanwhile, Kotora is a fiery boy.
The
And also,
gazpacho.
like, Riv cannot make things nearly as good as Kotora would. So, like, why would he try and cook when Kotora is there?
Only if you got to interact with the soup man. He could have taught you the power of gazpacho. The cold tomato soup.
Oh, so that's what gazpacho is. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, gazpacho is basically it's one of the only like cold soups I know of personally. I think it's yeah, it's a cold tomato soup kind of.
Another cold soup is cereal. Prove me wrong.
Hot dogs are a
Arcus is-
sandwich.
They are. And tacos are a hot dog.
We're having a good time here, everybody.
Arcus is having the an ice region
Also,
normal
I'm ready.
breakfast.
You ready to actually end now?
Yes, I was definitely totally 100% ready before and did not forget anything at all.
It's okay if I'm not in the credits. It's okay.
So thank you everybody for joining us for this first stream of Data Anomaly Hunters SCAR. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. There on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my wow, my brain and tongue just decided to not work there.
What about a Pit Boy?
Pip-Boy, yes. Thank you
Pip-Boy.
to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as commissioning one of the artists that I manage for, such as Wicked Whiskers, who joined us this evening doing the lovely art. And you can also help out the channel by subscribing to us on YouTube. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.